Hello, welcome to Double Talk. My name is Mark Steffen.
My name, could you roll it there? It's
Enter.
Michael Mandel.
Enter and sign in, please.
Yes, well, you know, at my age, we forget things. You know, because I've been doing this quite a long time, 35 years ago when David Letterman and I first started.
Yes.
We did the show, we had tie-dye shirts.
Did you?
And we had beards, such as yours.
You did, you were hippies.
I just heard something bad about beards, but I won't mention it. We were hippies, and we just weren't getting any traction. And I said to Dave, traction, viewership. And I said to Dave, we have to get into suits. We have to shave our beards. And we did that for a while and got traction. And then soon after that, I had to leave for some personal reason. But he made me sign a non-compete clause that made me unable to do a show wearing a suit and a tie and clean shaven. So that's why we now can do this, because his show has 2 weeks left. And they've been very good. Not that we want to, he hasn't been plugging our show, but we're plugging his show.
He's going away in 2 weeks.
And it's really good.
And, talk about lack of traction. I find I have a lack of traction problem with satin sheets.
You have a lack of attraction.
Traction.
Oh.
You can't get a toe hold on it. They're just too slippery.
Yeah, so what do you do to sell it? Wear your ballet shoes?
No, I lay on my back.
Well, somebody has to get traction then. It works out right.
I do it on the floor. Now, this is our Mother's Day show, everybody.
Yes. Speaking of traction and silk sheets.
So we want to say
you don't want to talk about that.
I want to say happy birthday to all the mothers out there today.
Yes, and since we are in
Tomorrow.
the airwaves, both you and I could say it to our mothers who are in the airwaves.
They're in the airwaves.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's two ways to say Happy Mother's Day. One with a red flower and the other.
That's true. So, Sunday is the day everybody takes their mother out for
you
lunch.
You don't do that.
And it's a nightmare. Everybody's going out to lunch. You have to wait an hour and a half just to get a table in a lousy restaurant. I never used to do that. I finally told my mother, I said, Mother...
I'm guessing IHOP wouldn't be too busy.
It is.
Is it?
Oh, Village Inn. They're waiting for an hour and a half.
God.
I'm not kidding. They put up extra places to sit. They put a tent up for the sunshine. I would tell my mother, Mom, I'm not taking you out on Mother's Day because it's a nightmare. You know it. I said, we're taking you out the day before Mother's Day because, the restaurants are fully stocked and it's not a nightmare. So that's what we did, and we had a perfectly nice time every year.
I did something like that, but I made a mistake. I did it the year before, exactly on the same day.
The year before?
Yeah, exactly.
On Mother's Day.
But it was pretty crowded.
Yeah, well,
I thought if you go before that Mother's Day, I said, we're not here for this Mother's Day. We're here for next year's Mother's Day. We made a reservation.
In advance, a year in advance. Well, here's what you do. You wait till Father's Day to take your mothers out because nobody cares about Father's Day.
See this? Got this for Father's Day.
Did you?
No.
Right. But do you ever try to go out to eat on Father's Day? There's no line. There's no people waiting. It's not a madhouse.
Nobody does anything for Father's Day.
No one takes their dad out. Who cares about dad?
You hope your dad remembers how to crawl home from the bar.
From the bar. See, it's like Valentine's Day. It's all about the female.
Well, you have this same argument about Valentine's Day. When we ever do our Valentine's Day, sure, I'm not taking her out on February 14th. I'm going to take her out on Columbus Day or Lincoln's birthday.
On Armistice Day.
You should do Lincoln's birthday. That idea was shot down.
Well, yes, but we always go to the theater.
Ah, that's a good place to end a relationship.
So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
May
we
you
love
not,
you.
Well, it's Saturday right now. Go out to eat. It's probably busy.
Go out tonight. Don't go out tomorrow. Go out tonight, and you'll save yourself all the nightmare of Mother's Day madness.
I was in a Mexican restaurant on Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco.
Seso.
Seso?
Yeah, because Cinco is much too crowded. So you go. Seso is the second day of Cinco de Mayo.
Seso.
Sixo. And that's why it's sank, because actually, I believe that Cinco de Mayo is really a French celebration because the French lost that battle.
Right.
And they were so happy because then they could go back and eat French food in France, so they don't have to eat all the Mexican food in Mexico.
I see.
They were, the French were happy. The Mexicans were happy. They didn't have the French, breathing cheese on them. They could go back to asadero.
Okay, back to Asadero, Mexico.
Asadero cheese, as opposed to that French stuff like Roquefort and
Brie,
quiche, and those things. I might have mentioned this around, what was it, Mardi Gras Day.
Yes.
La Posta, which is the restaurant we went to on Seso de Mayo, was very crowded, Seso de Mayo. Because I think a lot of people really regretted the fact that they couldn't have margaritas because everything was crowded on Cinco de Mayo.
Somebody sent me a picture
Of Ocho de Mayo?
of a jar of mayonnaise in a sink. Cinco de Mayo.
Yes.
Mayo.
Or
Wasn't
picture,
that funny, was it?
Picture of a floating jar of mayonnaise that was shot by a gun, and it's going down.
Cinco de Mayo.
It's sinking.
Yeah,
Yes.
that wasn't funny either,
And
unfortunately.
what's funny about Cinco de Mayo is what it celebrates. A battle that Mexico won.
That Mexico won.
They also won the Battle of the Alamo.
Yes, they did.
They should celebrate that.
Well, they may. I don't know. You know,
At some point.
This used to be Mexico, where we are now.
Well, I believe that somebody else is trying to attack Texas. If you heard the news, Obama's trying to attack Texas. Therefore, the governor decided he had to get out the National Guard and take out Obama's forces, because if it's not, if ISIS isn't attacking Texas, Obama is, and that's how Texas feels.
Well,
about
how else
the
are we
world.
going to get the Texans to go into the FEMA camps if we don't invade?
Good idea.
Yeah.
Keep them, yes.
Right.
There's
Now-
plenty of room.
Now,
Are we changing subject?
let's change the
Did I
subject.
finish what I was talking about?
Yeah, you did.
I did. What was I talking about?
Who
I
can
don't
remember? Now, we got a bit of sad news this week, I think.
We did.
We did, because, you know, Las Cruces is known for a number of things.
Did you
Well,
lose your cat?
It's known for very few things, and one of them is the whole enchilada fiesta. And we're no longer going to be known for that because it's been canceled forever.
You know what? We will be known for that forever, because people don't even know about that. The same amount of people who knew about it.
This
are
is one of
gonna
the
go
defining fiestas of Las Cruces. We've had it for 34 years.
Yes.
And, the first 2 years of it was called Vaquero Days.
Well, I think it was called Vaquero Days, and then when Roberto took it over, it was the whole enchilada festival. That's a picture of Roberto. He is so embarrassed that he had to close it. His face is red.
Well, hot air rises.
Ooh.
That's
But
based on our
he's been,
show.
he's been doing that a long time. The ironic part of this festival, I mean, it's a good festival. I mean, it's not really what people think of enchiladas on a big.
Frankly,
it's more of a Mexican pizza.
Frankly, I think it had been getting worse and worse the
They
past few years.
They kept charging more and more. This last year was $10.
Right, then they shouldn't be charging money like that.
If you can't make money, I guess you should close down, and that's why they closed down, because they couldn't make money.
Well, there's no reason to charge people to then go in and buy things from vendors. You know, the vendors are going to make their money. Why charge to go see the vendors? Because that's basically all you were getting.
Or something.
Well, there was no show to speak
Nobody
of.
was sponsoring it.
They had a
It's
band.
not like the city sponsored, like on July 4th. July 4th, the city sponsors
Right,
something.
city sponsors that.
I mean, this was good. Somebody's putting out a lot of money for all that tomato sauce, onion, and cheese, and masa.
That's not tomato
as well
sauce,
as
Michael. That's enchilada sauce.
enchilada
It's
sauce.
red chili
Red
sauce.
chili. There's a little tomato in it, isn't there?
No, there's
chili at all?
Not in my
No
sauce,
tomato?
there isn't.
Anyway, Roberto, 3 years ago, went out and had himself built a larger enchilada
his enchilada
fryer.
cooker was condemned.
Right.
Because it wasn't up to its code.
It took a long time.
So people got together and raised $30,000 to build him a brand new giant enchilada platter to cook the enchilada.
And I think they only used it one or
Got
2
used
years.
once. Now, I'd like to know what happened to that enchilada platter, because maybe somebody else could take it over. It was the world's largest enchilada there until someplace else made a rolled enchilada.
You can put it in the
was
back
bigger.
of your house and make it into an ice skating rink.
You could.
You could do that.
You really could.
The whole enchilada fiesta gone.
Somebody told me that Si Senors wanted to take over the enchilada making process. All they would have to do, I guess, is
What they have to do is do it.
access the giant enchilada platter. And
Get the enchilada sauce, whatever it's made out of. Cheese, onions.
Cheese
Hey,
and
that's all it
onions.
takes.
And the masa.
Masa. All you gotta do is roll it out.
Well, the
You probably
committee,
get large bags of it.
the whole enchilada committee, based on volunteers, has decided, since Roberto, who is 78 years old, has decided he's throwing in the towel, that the committee themselves would cancel the festival now, and the money that they were raising
It'll be
all went
split
to
up
charities.
if there's any money.
And
But if they
nonprofits.
weren't making money, which it seems like, then
So they're going to pay off any debts they might have, and whatever's left over is going to go to local nonprofits and charities.
Or they actually pulled out the money some other way. Who knows?
Well,
Are their books transparent?
we don't
Are they a 501c3?
we don't know.
So you can't tell where the money has gone. And
But-
businesses always make money. They don't go into business unless they're making money.
Well,
sometimes they do.
one way a business can make money is to advertise right here on the Las Cruces channel, because you're reaching potentially
Countless people.
every
'Cause-
person who
'cause
watches
we can't count them.
Comcast.
You're watching it, somebody else has got to be watching it, and they're probably not stoned.
Well,
Maybe.
this is
They
11
might be.
o'clock in the morning,
Well, yes. Is it?
unless you're watching it on YouTube.
YouTube.
But for the Las Cruces channel, businesses can advertise here for cheaper than radio, frankly. And if you need a commercial, you can get it done almost for nothing, and they'll do it for you. I've seen it happen.
There might not be 80,000 homes in Las Cruces. There are 100,000 people who live in Las Cruces, but
And if
there
you
might
want,
be a lot less homes.
if you want famous spokespersons like Michael and myself to actually be in your commercial, it'll cost you a little bit more, but not that much. Right, Michael?
We might charge you the same amount we make here.
No.
You'd charge a little more, huh?
I charge a little less. I
You're
would.
such a nice guy.
But, and we'd come out to your business.
You can
and,
come here. We could interview you. We won't make fun of you too much.
So, yeah, advertise at the Las Cruces channel. This is where
You
it's
can
all
also
happening.
get your own show on this channel. If you have a
We have
business.
slots available for people who want to do their own
There's a
television
new
show.
show coming on about comic books. Comic books are such a hot topic these days.
Right,
and
Jack Lutz will be hosting a comic book store show. You know, there's a Comic-Con coming up here in Las Cruces in September. I'm sure they'll be
I
talking about
can't
that.
wait because,
Last week was Free Comic Book Day, last Saturday.
darn, I missed it.
I was down there. People were dressed
Did you
up
get
in
any
costume.
free comic
I
books?
didn't see any free comic books.
I was once in Santa Fe when they had that. Got a free comic book.
They had people
I
dressed as
didn't understand
Ghostbusters.
I didn't understand the plot. So
Yeah.
it's
Well,
so
at least it had
complicated.
pictures. That's
These
all you
kids,
needed.
That's what I go for. They're colorful and exciting. So Comic-Con is coming. There's a comic show. What day is the comic book show?
Is it on every week? No, it's just
Okay. It was on. But if you want to do your own comic book show, you can get on here and do it. You could do anything. You could do a furniture show.
you could sell. You could come on here and sell items like a flea market, like a Craigslist live show.
Or I know somebody who's got Mexican goods she buys in Mexico, and they're lovely,
Sure.
and she has to publicize them.
Well, that reminds
She should
me.
be there. Yes.
I have a brand new, still in the box hot water heater for sale. 42.
What?
I have a 42-gallon Kenmore hot water heater. It's never been taken out of the box. It's brand new. It's for sale, $429.
Why 29?
Because it looks cheaper than 30.
Oh.
Yeah, it's brand new.
$3.99.
Yeah, it's great. $439. It retails for $479.
$4.79.
Yeah,
So you get $50 off because they're buying from you.
$50 off just because
You're here.
I want to get rid of it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, what's your email? How do they get in touch with you, Mark?
MarkSteffen3@gmail.com.
3 spelled out, or the number
No,
3?
the number 3. MarkSteffen3@gmail.com.
And you've seen our names posted here. And if you want to go to michaelmandel3@gmail.com.
I also have a house
You
for
won't get
sale.
me.
Go on Craigslist. I have a house for sale too on Calle de Sueños. A 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath with a large addition. It's the largest street. It's the largest house on the street.
Well, because of your added room.
Because
That
of large
room is
addition.
what, 600 square feet?
The house is 2,000 square feet.
And the,
Laundry,
wow.
has a large laundry room.
That's
With
because we
and
all
a
know
backyard.
that most parties end up in the laundry room
They do.
in your house.
Well, I like to keep things
They
clean.
get laundered. Well, that's good. You get. Now we know
I
that
will.
there's a place for anybody to advertise anything. This is a lot better than calling people up individually on the phone.
You want to buy a house?
You go, hello. You know who called me today?
No.
It was yesterday. It was the No More Rack. There's a
that?
thing, No More Rack. It's like Groupon. They sell stuff, and they called me up and they go, "Why did you cancel? You know, you had us remove you from the No More Rack." I said, "I don't think I was buying anything from there, and it didn't look good." And they said, "We'll give you a $20 free gift certificate if you come back." I said, "Sure." So those of you who want to make $20 after, it's No More Rack, NOMORERACK, Rack. It's a website. You don't have to have it.
I see.
And you can buy stuff, and then you unsubscribe, and then they'll call you.
They call you, please subscribe.
I didn't even realize I unsubscribed because I really never looked at what was on. But now I'll look maybe.
Well, now that we know that information, let's take a break.
Let's take a break. I want to go buy something from No More Rack.
And we'll be right back after these words.
We'll be rack back.
Right back.
Rack back. Baby rack ribs.
Attention users of the blood-thinning drug Xarelto. If you or a loved one hospitalized or died from serious internal bleeding after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Call the Sentinel Group now. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys are ready to help fight for you. You won't pay a thing until your case is settled. Call the Sentinel Group now. Don't wait.
Have you or a loved one suffered complications after uterine surgery from the use of a power morcellator? If so, call the Sentinel Group now. You may be entitled to significant compensation. The FDA estimates that 1 in 350 women undergoing a myomectomy or hysterectomy have unsuspected sarcoma or cancer in the uterus. The Sentinel Group's experienced network of attorneys have years of experience fighting big medical companies and is ready to fight for you. So if you've developed uterine cancer, call the Sentinel Group now for a free confidential consultation.
Listen up, America!
The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? How are you planning for the uncertainties of life? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free, and there are no obligations. Listen up, America. Call now.
Fiesta Motors. Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a vehicle from Fiesta Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there. Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
An important message for Americans in need of health insurance. If there's been a recent change in your life, you are eligible for immediate protection under the Affordable Care Act. If you're uninsured because you missed the enrollment deadline, we can help. To get the protection you need, you can visit the Healthcare Exchange and spend hours exploring your options. Or you can make a single call to Health Markets and let us do the legwork for you at no cost or obligation.
Call the number on your screen now. Operators are standing by. Get the coverage you need. Call now.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a medical alert. If you or a loved one took Zofran while pregnant for morning sickness or nausea, and your baby was born with a birth defect, call us immediately.
Call 1-800-953-0860.
You and your child may be entitled to compensation. Zofran taken during pregnancy may increase the risk of heart defects, cleft lip, cleft palate, and other birth defects. Call us now for a free confidential consultation.
Call 1-800-953-0860. 1-800-953-0860.
We're back. This is Double Talk on Channel 98, Las Cruces channel, right here in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Yeah, there we are. And if you forgot to spell Mark Steffen's name, it's right there. And you could go to michaelmandel.com.
That's right. So if you want to buy a hot water...
I'll give you a $20 credit.
If you want to buy a 42-gallon hot water heater, brand new, still in the box, discount of $50, Mark Steffen 3. Put my name back up again so they know how to spell it.
Yes, well, they saw it already. Anyway.
Mark Steffen 3. There it is, at gmail.com.
What if they go onto your Gmail, then they unsubscribe? Would you give them $20 to come back? So then you wouldn't do that.
It'll cost them $20. I'll charge them $20.
Wow.
Now listen,
You're
we
tough.
need to talk about
stuff.
Walmart.
Merchants. We're not the only merchants
was
here.
In the news because they wanted to build a new Walmart. And actually the city council had a vote on it. And they did not allow them to rezone the farmland to be built so that they could build a Walmart.
You know, if you keep building Walmarts on farmland, Walmart won't have any place to grow the vegetables.
There'll be no food to go into the Walmart.
Incredible.
Right. So, and I was reading the sound off this week, and somebody called in and said, well, you know, since that new Walmart was built up on Rinconada, I don't know of any any local businesses that went under. And I immediately thought of Pro Ranch Market.
Pro Ranch Market.
They went out of business last month, thanks to Walmart.
And I wasn't here for that. I was away on my trip, and I feel bad. I used to like going there for tacos.
I used to enjoy going to lunch there.
It was fun.
Also, Savers out on Highway 70. I don't know if
probably it's not there. We all know that businesses go out. I mean, Walmart. Because of Walmart, we lost Smith's, we lost Rayleigh's. Those of you who are new here, you don't remember when we had
two big supermarkets.
Albertson still has Smith's. And little supermarkets probably went out. That Sunshine Supermarket on Mesquite,
Yeah, that's gone.
That's gone because of Walmart. And, you're left with Pickwick, which is a mini supermarket.
Yeah, where the prices are so fair.
Well, they're convenient. It's a convenience store. You're paying for convenience. You don't want to walk all the way to Walmart for your 18-can pack of beer.
Well, it's bad enough walking from the parking lot to Walmart.
That's true. It's a long walk to Walmart. So what do we say about Walmart?
Well, they do kill local business. Yeah, yes, true. Some new businesses cluster around it, as they have out of Rinconada, but they're selling things that Walmart doesn't sell.
Right. Right, and Walmart sells virtually everything, except for like weird things like they sell the same things that the little stores do. When you look at it, there's like little Sally's makeup stuff, and I don't know what else they sell. There's not that many little stores that can go in there.
Right. Well, they sell clothing if you want Walmart clothing, but you can go other places. Walmart doesn't sell Levi's, do they?
I don't know. They sell Lee and Wrangler.
They do.
And I know that Target sells Lee or Levi's makes a pair of pants called Denizen, which says made by Levi.
I see. In Taiwan?
Where else? All clothes are made
by
in
children.
Taiwan. But in China.
By slave children.
It's Walmart that made lucrative trade with China feasible.
Yes.
And now it's overwhelming all the jobs here.
Well, speaking of children.
Are we going to speak about children? Oh, yes.
Children
if you want to buy a child.
You can get them now. They're down at the
They're closer.
Jail.
Yes, I think they're on sale.
Because the juvenile detention center has had to move the children in with the adult population.
Because we're low, 54
they couldn't staff it.
Guards, or actually detention, monitors. Like in high school, monitors.
Yes, the hall monitor. They lack the personnel to properly staff the juvenile detention facility, so they've moved the children in with the adult population. Apparently, they've separated them somehow.
Apparently,
in their own
they're all separated,
set aside.
But they get together in the courtyard for
late at night.
Who knows? They have things.
And
so they need like 54 corrections officers. You and I could be corrections officers. We know when
you
people make mistakes.
People.
Yeah, we both correct people. You correct me all the time.
I like to use whiteout
whenever you can. Well, you could do that.
Or the delete button.
You can't be prejudiced.
So the kids work. They're detained in various scenarios there behind bars.
Scenarios.
Well, we have numerous photographs
what do you mean,
of them.
Like rape scenes. I mean, that's the scenario.
Well, we have other photographs besides this one.
Oh, we do. That's a good picture. It shows somebody kid relaxing. That's what they do at home anyway. There they are standing at attention with their hands tied together. There they are.
They are in communal beds.
Those are quick bake ovens, I think. They stick people. There's a kid who's got with little hipper clothes, little stripes. Stripes are in.
Stripes are in, yes.
Orange, orange is the new black.
And this is who they're moving in with, the inmate population. There they are strutting their stuff.
That's right. I mean, those guys don't even need shirts.
But anyway,
you get to work out a lot in jail.
Jail is no place for a kid to grow up, but hey, if they broke the law and they can't be and they misbehave, that's where they belong. I'm sorry.
Oh.
If their parents can't handle them, what are you going to do with them?
Are you sorry?
Well, I'm sorry that they're...
Did you do it? You can only be sorry.
I'm sorry they can't help themselves.
You feel bad about that, yes. Well, for juveniles, we call it juvenile correction. For adults, we call it adult correction. But we also call it adult recidivism.
Well, there's a lot of recidivism with adults and children.
Yes. Well, I don't want to say if you're bad, you're bad. The guy who shot at Reagan, he's living with his mother. Remember that guy?
Yeah, he gets a lot of release time.
Because he's not evil. He's just crazy.
He's just crazy. Well, speaking of crazy, there was an election on Tuesday.
That's crazy.
For the soil and water.
I didn't even hear about this. Where'd you hear about this?
It was in all the papers.
Did you announce this on our show?
We did last week.
What'd you say about it?
I said the Doniana Soil and Water Conservation District was having an election.
Oh, would it be Tuesday?
It was last Tuesday. And everybody who was running against the incumbents lost.
Yes, and so we now have a conservative. What are we doing? Going back?
I guess they're all Republicans.
Somebody's pressing buttons.
All the Republicans won again, and
they're not. It's not a Republican Democrat. Let's just say the conservatives.
The conservatives won, and now they're free to sell off the Gila River to Arizona.
Yes, good. We'll make some money off of water because we have plenty of it.
Oh, we got more water than we need.
Around. Did you see it rain the other night for like 12 minutes?
Yes, I did. Yeah, mess up my windshield. Now, also, we talked about sidewalk art last week, but we ran out of time before we could roll in the pictures.
Yes.
Let's roll that in.
As long as we're talking about water, talk about sidewalks. which get cleaned off by
So we
rain.
did the sidewalk chalk art.
Do you have that clip? One of our friends, Bob Divin, one of our best friends. We don't have very
He's been on this show
we don't have very
before.
many good
There he
friends.
is.
He was.
There is audio.
There might be audio here. He's reading off the winners. This is a pretty cool thing. It's in the middle of the street. You might hear their names. I think they called their names. These guys won for something. Do we click it in? Look how happy she is.
Okay,
I mean, winning for street art is pretty
first
good.
prize in the adult
Using
professional
chalk.
category.
Remember
Great
when
example of
we used
doing,
to
taking advantage
write
of
on the
medium
floors with chalk, and they said, stop writing on the floors
And
with
I only had
chalk.
a white chalk.
Johnson.
You have all the colors of the rainbow chalk.
Well, we're more of a rainbow community now. This guy did a picture of himself, and we'll show that to you after this sequence.
Yeah, it's coming right up. He won. There he is.
That's him, man.
He won.
That's a pretty cool picture. There's somebody else's
Amador
thing.
Hotel, right there.
We did the Amador Hotel show last week. Here's some other weird things. And I guess we'll do this on a regular annual basis.
They do this every year
Remember
now.
the
They give away
horses?
prizes.
Yes. There's some weird things. And there's a Van Gogh. He came back to life.
Starry, Starry Night.
And there's some weird stuff with the guy's name. There's
More
people-
weirdness.
This is how my father used to take pictures,
There's a
except
bear-
he used to take the lawn.
It's a bear holding a skull.
Yeah, and I think we end on Bob Divin's picture, that rabbit you
Bunny
recognize
Van Gogh.
from the Sun News Sunday section. And that's our
That's different.
that's our thing of Bob Divin.
Now, so
you
thanks,
can't say we're not
thanks, guys.
art oriented.
Before we leave, though, we do want
Few
to give
things.
one shout out to Carol Gaines, someone I've known.
Well,
for
we're
a long
actually
time.
going to talk about. Did you want to talk about Shoulders? Is
Oh, yeah,
at
we
the
do
Las
have
Cruces Community Theater. That's Bob Gaines.
That's
We'll talk
Bob
to him in a
Gaines.
second.
Bob Gaines died, and I just want to do a shout out to him.
He was his theater teacher.
Theater teacher in high school.
Made him the man he is today. Part of the man.
Speaking of theater, there's 2 plays going on this weekend.
Shoulders.
Shoulders at the Community Theater. Final
Dave-
weekend. Get down and see it
Dave Edwards is this is the weekend.
tonight and Sunday
He
matinee
directed.
at 2 o'clock. Tonight at 8 o'clock downtown.
Mad Gravity is on this week, and I hear it was extended till next week. So if you want to,
That's at the Black Box Theater, also downtown.
That's directed by Seal Herman, and I think is that our show?
Let's say
There's
Bob Gaines again.
Put Bob Gaines. Let's-
There is. Bob Gaines owned
SOBs,
SOBs, antiques and used items down
Used
on,
items, yes.
on Picacho.
That store will probably still be there. So if you get a chance, go to SOBs, see what's left. He had lots of old stuff.
Oh man!
And
I wonder if they have a liquidation sale.
No, it was like a cast iron. There's no liquids. So we'll see you next week. That's
Oh yeah, so if you want to
Is
do a
that
show
what you
on
do?
Channel 98, you want to advertise
Let
on
us know.
Channel 98 here, the Las Cruces channel.
we don't call it Channel 98. We call it the Las Cruces
Las
channel
Cruces
because we are
channel.
Las Cruces. Increase your
And-
business.
Absolutely.
Hope to see you on TV.
So thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here next week on Double Talk.